When it comes to retirement planning, choosing the right pension provider is one of the key things that you will be tasked with, even as a client. And every time I sit down with my clients who are doing their retirement planning, there are these 5 key areas that we discuss before we can settle on, say, the recommended IPP provider for them. And let's see, what is that? What skill do I run the different IPP schemes in the country to arrive at my top pick when it comes to IPP recommendation? And number 1, I look at the security or the stability of the insurance company where the IPP is located. As you might know, the individual pension plan is actually managed within the life insurance arm, or department within an insurance company. So most of our local insurance companies are what we would call composite, so they have the life insurance side, they have the general insurance side, they also have like the medical insurance side. Okay, so this changes either from one insurance company to the other. So I'm usually keen on looking at just within like the company where this IPP is housed, how secure or how stable is that insurance company. Fortunately, I don't have to tabulate any numbers or anything. This is already data that is out there in the public. As you know, insurance companies are also rated as per their financial standing and their ability to meet their ongoing insurance obligations. So this is always a good metric to use. Even as I sit down with my clients, I've already ranked, like what I would call, say, class A. And what I love about this, especially now for my top pick, why my top pick amongst the IPP players, when you think of the stability of that company, it's one of those companies that does not even have any other, local underwriter that could compare to them. This is actually a company that is ranked like the 4th largest life insurance company globally. So also coming with such a heritage, such financial standing, this is a company that really aces that requirement. Requirement number 2, I look at longevity of brand. So we are talking of retirement planning here. So you're probably in your 20s, you're in your 30s, you're in your 40s, or even 50s, and you want to ensure that if you are transferring either your lump sum amount into an IPP, or if you are now just getting started with your retirement planning journey, you want to be sure that, the brand where I'm taking my pension will be in business in what, another 20 years, 30 years, 50 years to come, right? So I really take consideration of the longevity of brands. Now, how does my top pick, and I think by now you are almost starting to see which company am I talking about, but here we don't mention names when doing the videos. How does my top pick compare to this? This is a company that has been in business for 176 years. I mean, if they're about to hit 2 centuries in, the insurance business, I think they will be there in what? Another century, in another 50 years, in another 100 years. So the other third metrics that I really scan, that we look at with my clients, is the performance and the rate of return. We cannot overemphasize this, because when it comes to your pension benefits, number 1, you want to ensure that, 1, the return that you are getting from your pension plan, 1, can beat inflation in the country. Let's start from there. Okay, so I have seen absolutely superb brands, but sometimes when you look at the rate of return, it's averaging at 2%. When they've done very well, maybe at 4%. You will not find me there with my clients. And it's because as you select an IPP scheme, you need also to ensure that your clients' funds are optimized. So please note, this is not a chase after like the highest, the scheme with the highest return. No. You can see we are, putting this against different metrics. We've talked of the security and stability of brand. We've talked of longevity, and now we are at a rate of return. There needs to be that balance between what are my clients also getting? At what rate? What is the percentage interest that my clients are able to get from this scheme versus also how stable and secure, and what promise like can you really bank on and say that this kind of company or this scheme will still be in business in another, say, 50 years or 100 years to come? Okay, so performance and rate of return is definitely something that I'm very keen on, and how my top pick for IPPs have performed over the past 5-6 years. They have averaged 10.8%, which is pretty decent. I think the overall market leader has averaged about 12.2% over the past 11 or so years. Then the next metric that I really pass this through is the minimum guaranteed return. So I am a firm believer in going for an individual pension plan that actually guarantees my clients a minimum rate of return. You know, where basically what the company is telling my clients is that come rain, come sunshine, hata vitu zikienda mbaya kabisa, we will never give you less than X% return. And for my topic MMF, their minimum guaranteed return is 5%. So what this means is, even if things were to be very thick and, you know, economics are not economicing and, you know, the investments market are not performing well, we will never give you a rate of return that is less than 5%. And I think this is so important because over the past few years, we have seen so many, you know, Kenyans crying over, you know, my pension last year, you know, I got a 2%, or we even got a 0%, or we got even a negative return. Like literally, I lost part of my principal amount, you know, because of the performance of my pension scheme. So minimum guaranteed return is something that I'm always very keen on. Most schemes in the market that actually have this will do like a minimum of 5%. Others will do about 4%. So I am happy that my topic MMF actually guarantees my clients 5% return. And lastly, a stable life insurance underwriter. And I know this feels very much just like the very first point that I started with when we were talking of security and stability of brand, but this is a little bit different. This one now, I zoom in on like the life insurance business within, you know, that insurance company. Because as I mentioned earlier, your individual pension plan is actually managed within the life insurance arm of an insurance company. So I'm very keen on seeing how do they run their life insurance operations? Are they stable? How are they able to also meet like their claims? You know, what is their claim settlement ratio like, etc. Now, how does my topic for IPPs compare in this? I would say they are incomparable. You are talking of the 4th largest life insurance company in the world, the largest life underwriter in the UK. I mean, amazing, really huge global footprint across the world, and having a presence in Kenya. I think for me, it really speaks of just that quality you actually get either as a client or even as an insurance agent when you've partnered up with an international underwriter. There's just some oomph about it, and you can really tell that they are also very serious in ensuring that their clients' pension benefits are optimized. So I would say that is the criteria, the 5 key steps, you know, that have helped me arrive at my preferred top IPP pick in the Kenyan market. I still do, you know, once in a while, I'll come across maybe a client who's very like brand specific. And as we always say, at the end of the day, client is king. You advise, but also you listen to their feedback. So, you know, there's a client who'll come in and say, you know what, I think, okay, that is the top pick. Please also give me maybe your second pick and your third pick. And of course, you give them the top 3. And, you know, sometimes they'll go for number 2. Others will go maybe for number 3. And always happy to do so because, as I like to say, hapa kwa Bima, you advise, but at the end of the day, it's the prerogative of the client to really make a decision, so that there's almost that like shared accountability, and to also ensure that their heart is also at rest. They are happy with the decision they have made. What I really love about IPPs is that your individual pension plan is portable. If you maybe are with a company for 2 years, and you're not happy, you can actually move, you can move to a different pension provider. So there you go. That is my criteria for helping my clients. If this is something that you're considering, maybe you're listening to things like 5% minimum guaranteed return, 10.8%, average return over the past 5 or 6 years. You're listening to things like the 4th largest life insurance company in the world, and your mind is blown, and you probably want me to help you move your benefits, to a fund that is optimized. Feel free to reach me on the numbers here on my screen. My WhatsApp number is +254 739 0400, or you can drop me an email at mamabima@places.co.ke, and I will reach out to you and do the needful and just engage you on how to get started, on how to open an IPP, and how to even go ahead if you have existing pension benefits and move them to an IPP that is optimized, with a company that is stable and secure, with a company that can give you that promise of longevity, with a company that will give you a minimum guaranteed return, and a company that's an amazing and very stable life insurance underwriter. So that's it from me today. I remain yours truly, Mama Bima Kenya, a licensed insurance agent in the 254 and a dedicated insurance educator. By the way, if there's any topic that you would want me to cover on my channel, please feel free to also use the same contacts that are on the screen right now. Feel free to reach out and tell me if there's any content that you would want me to really speak to and also create content on. Please feel free to propose and I will oblige. Thank you so much for your time. And until next time, remember to invest wisely, save for your retirement, and always stay insured.